Good morning, everybody. Another episode of the Keep Going podcast, athletes shining a light on mental health. Super excited. Aaron Graunke, fresh off vacation, tan as it gets. Aaron, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? Yeah, spent some days in Orlando, soaking up the sun, just living life.
Favorite part of Disney? Go.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Favorite part of Disney is just the like atmosphere of just walking around and like experiencing um just not reality and just shutting down and walking through different areas and just feeling like you're immersed in something else and turning the volume of real life down and turning the volume of fun up. That's what I like about
Yes.
Disney.
I love it, man. I love it. And the full family went, correct?
Me and my boy, yeah, we had a good time down in Florida. Yeah.
Amazing, man. Well, I'm glad to hear that. David Mitchell, what's going on out there in Colorado, brother?
Not too much. Yeah, it's winter's coming back here. We got like 20s and 30s this week with some snow after 70 last week. But yeah, everything's good out here.
Love it. And Jackie, we just talked about it. You're on the move, the move, I should say, Maine and Mass, all over the place. Where are you right now?
I'm in Maine right now, but it's Bruins and Celtics play today, so you think they'd have the headlines, but obviously the Pats still on this week with coach, and then last night the Red Sox won it on the fun, so they fired their entire coaching staff. So lots to catch up on today before the Bruins and Celtics play.
Yeah, let's stay there for a second. So I heard they brought a bus that said coaches for hire. Was that confirmed? Was that AI?
They might have. I think I would have been on it if they did. So I'm
I
not
love it.
sure.
No,
Yeah, we
I
were
love it.
joking last night. We were like, "Wow, the Red Sox are what 10 and 17, last in the division." And they were like, "Well, everybody else is getting headlines, so let's do something." And they
Yeah,
did.
the world of Boston sports. No, all good.
Always.
Well, Aaron, I guess it's a great parlay, man. So I got to talk about this off the cuff. So you're a big Chicago guy, obviously. When I first met you, you were a huge White Sox fan. You've
Yeah.
made a pivot over the last couple of years to a Dodgers fan. Where is your allegiance? Where does your representation lie?
Okay, so I will say there's never been a pivot. There's been a hedge. So my big thing is for years now, Jerry Reinsdorf has tried to run the White Sox into the ground and not be a competitive organization, whether that being hiring, whether that being investing in the team or the ballpark or the fan experience or things like that. And um as soon as it became apparent that they were going to continue to follow their fearless leader into the ground in not making any moves towards hiring a new manager or a GM or anything like that. They were just going in-house for all their decisions. It was one of those things where it was like, okay, I shouldn't be putting money into this team that I've spent a lot of money into um, if they're not serious about winning. And I had spent a couple of years early in my 20s in LA listening to Dodgers games, loving Vin Scully, just becoming a fan of the organization, and then obviously the way that Andrew Friedman has run that organization, that team, and developed players, and their farm system is always immaculate. Even though they have all the superstars and all the money that they put in, they're always such a competitive powerhouse. It's the juxtaposition between we don't know how to run our organization to we're going to be a five-star organization. And that's why I like the Dodgers.
All right.
But
All
I
right.
am a diehard White Sox fan still, though.
Okay. So if Reinsdorf sells the team tomorrow,
Yeah.
you're back on board and the Dodgers kind of take a back seat again.
I would say the Dodgers will still remain in my life for sure. It's a National League, American League sort of thing, you know. Like if
Fair,
they're going up
fair.
against each other, then it's one thing. I'll probably go White Sox on that. However, it's one of those things where yeah, Jerry they're making movements towards getting the reins away from Jerry, and that's an exciting time. So
Fair enough. I
Yeah,
would love
but
that for the Bulls too. For the people that don't know, he owns the Bulls and the White Sox. We'd love to see those teams be competitive again, especially myself living on the South Side of Chicago. It's good for the city when both of those teams are good. We've seen that in the 90s and early 2000s. So I knew I wanted to touch on that. Aaron, last thing, and we'll go more in the day to day mental health stuff. But another thing I saw during my deep dive on social media, you have quite the following. It looks like you had a video blow up with you and your son a couple years back. Can you talk about that and how that all happened? Because I thought that was a cool tidbit.
yeah, so we were it was, like really close pandemic times where we were going outside playing in the yard and shooting baseball games. We were filming ourselves playing baseball games and teaching my kid at the time, who was 6 or 7, how to play baseball. And I come from a video background, and so I like the enjoyment of making videos and editing videos and making them go out. And so I just found my kid to be extremely amusing. Every parent does that, of course. But when you throw a microphone on a kid, you never know what you're going to find out of it. And I threw a microphone on a kid. We'd play baseball in the schoolyard. We'd film the games. He would talk trash. It would be electric. And I would do that as kind of a exercise in routine of every morning. I would come in and I would clip up some of the video, and then I would throw it out there, and I would really just trying to train myself as not only a video editor but like as a social media person, and really someone that can do things repetitively. That was I was at the time going through a kind of a hard time, but it was more of like I got to get out of this. I got to keep myself busy. I got to keep going through these things. And so it kind of touches on mental health there. And this one video in particularly, we were playing a game. He hits a ground ball to me. I go up and try to tag him. He accidentally swings the bat, trying to hit the ball on my hand. It hits me in the face. There's a reaction to it. We spend a few minutes just like calming ourselves down and kind of like playing it out and you know apologizing, going through all the emotions, and then carrying on, continuing to play the game and continuing to move on. Well, for whatever reason, that video, as you said, went very viral and has been across all of the social medias. And the reason I put it out originally was um because I wanted people to relate, because people that have kids have gone through this experience and have been accidentally hit before, and it just happens. Whether you're watching America's Funniest Home Videos and you see the kid get um, you know kick the dad or something, it happens and it's funny. And with a microphone, it might be even a little bit more relatable, because you could hear the interaction and go through the whole emotions together. And so that went out there. Um, and yeah, it blew up. And that was that.
No, I
And
love
and
it.
since then we've stopped making videos. We just realized that it wasn't something that we wanted to continue to do as a mutual thing. And I think going through the experience of making them and putting them out there and realizing what happens and the ramifications of that, it's eye-opening, and it's one of those things that like it was a good exercise, and I'm glad that I did it, but yeah, I'm certainly moving on from that.
No, fair enough. And honestly, AG, since I've known you at NCSA, you've been a big time video guy, big time media guy. When you're putting out content for one of the biggest sports companies in the world, there's a lot of power, a lot of privilege, but a lot of pressure that comes with that. So the people that don't know, Aaron, that's your day to day, man. Talk about the cool things you've gotten to do, but also the pressure and the stresses that come with that as well.
Yeah, so I work for NCSA and IMG Academy, and I am really now focused on the YouTube side of things, and so building that platform for both sides, sure it's active and consistent, and that we are engaging with our audience and providing content that is relevant and applicable for all student athletes who are looking to go through that. And it's really fun and exciting because I get to work with people like yourselves who know the topics so well and can provide so much context and people can soak that in and get a little bit of piece of NCSA or IMG Academy without really being a part of it. And so that's fun. The hard part is really just trying to understand the algorithm and what people want and how to navigate what it is that connects with people. And so, what I think is really important is just trying things over and over again. And consistency is going to be number one. So, kudos to you guys for producing so many episodes here because that is step one of social media is just being consistent and letting people know, hey, I'm out there, I'm putting this out, I'm putting in consistent work, and I'm generating that for you, and you could take it if you want it or you can't. Um, and then really just keep improving it, keep making the product gradually better and better. And whether that's inviting new people or putting in new efforts or even sending it to for new different platforms or collabing with things. That's one of the things that we're working on with NCSA and IMG Academy is working on collabs through YouTube and adding people that have some influence already into our areas of expertise, and it's been a successful side so far. So I'm excited about how we are progressing and moving forward and going into the future.
Jackie, I know you're coming off mute. Content creation wise, go ahead. It's all you.
Yeah, I was just curious, I'm always curious what people do that have maybe busy schedules or balancing work life, family, what they do to stay in tune and continue to be consistent with their work. So is there anything that you do either before a long day of work or during a long day of work to keep yourself in check habit wise and make sure that you're staying level headed in that work?
That's a great one, and it's really for me, it's a part of mental health training, obviously. It's one of those things that like I went through a process where I was consistently waking up and I was reading, I was journaling, and then I was making a video. And those were my things. And it was really just prioritizing that time and effort into making those things. And it wasn't an easy thing. There were days where it was like I either don't have anything to cut or I don't have what I want to cut, or it's taking way too long and it's taking a big part of my day. And so, like, really, it was making a kind of a mantra of, hey, I want to set this goal for myself and I want to accomplish these things. And whether it was 10 videos in a row in 10 days and doing 1 minute shorts of each day, or whether it was, okay, I need to do 100 videos total. Like I just set those small goals and then would check those off. And I've since been doing that for videos. I've been doing that with like Duolingo. They have a chess platform on there, so I'm learning chess through that. And it's one of those things where like it's they do a really good job of uh releasing endorphins by giving you that streak that says, okay, you're at 3 years of learning how to do something. And those are things that really affect me is when I have that goal in front of me and that process to do that. But honestly, like for me, it's just prioritization. It's really just sitting and making time for it. Whether like same for people that go to the gym all the time or read all the time or save money all the time. It's one of those things that like priority has to come first.
Yeah, and I would be honest with you, Aaron, and I've told you this before, man. Like you're on the Mount Rushmore of NCSA and IMGA of what you've been able to do in your career. We've celebrated you a lot over the last couple of months. An anniversary of your work. You won the jersey competition. Like that was fun to see as well. You go out and you do a lot of stuff with our Facebook Live stuff. You're a face that people know, even with being behind the camera. You're a face that people know. Have you always been this guy? Like, where's the keep going moment in all this?
That's a good one. My thing, I've been with NCSA for almost 17 years, so I don't really know anything else. But I view it, I think similar to you, where we're both kind of hand up kind of people. Like, hey, I need someone to help me do this. I want to raise my hand. I want to say, hey, I could do that. Because I understand the importance of, showing up to meetings and using your voice and being present and giving eye contact and sharing your time and your experience and perspective and opinion and all of those things that, like, I don't think everyone understands that those are the things that you have to do in our type of business to show that yes, I'm interested, and yes, that I want to go on to the next level. For me, like, I worked in the same position, managing a team of video editors for 15 years. And at a certain point, I just got to the point where I needed a little bit of a step in a different direction. And so I went to my manager and I talked to people and I said, hey, what are the other opportunities available for me? And that isn't available for everyone, honestly, because you have to you have to put in the work to show that you can work in other departments, or you can they have faith in you to try something new. So for me, I moved to marketing, and I wasn't a marketer. I didn't grow up I didn't go to school for marketing. Didn't know a whole lot, but I knew a whole lot of people, and my connections really helped me in understanding. I know the business, I know the people. I just know I need to know how to sell it. And that's what I've been learning. And I think having the knowledge of working in operations and with the recruiting coaches and with people that work with people, I get a better understanding of their perspective on what people are looking for.
Yeah, I'm gonna let David get hot with the mailbag here in a second, but I think the biggest thing that people miss in this is that a skill set is great. A degree is great. Being intelligent, Aaron, you're a very smart guy, man. Being all that is great, but not having a community of people that you've built, a network of people. I mean, you probably still wouldn't be here, Aaron, if you didn't have that community and that hand up mentality of, okay, I have these people in my corner, plus the skill set you develop. But I'm going to go to David Mitchell's mailbag, but I want to shout that out, man, what you've done with both of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking on back on the mental health side of things, what's like one thing you've learned throughout your career that you wish you knew earlier about mental health?
Easy. Emotional intelligence. It's really just understanding what drives people. And it's really a superpower, honestly. It's one of those things that, like, if you really understand um emotional intelligence and being able to connect with people on a different level, and what really kind of I guess what drives them, what motivates them, what makes them happy, and what you can do to facilitate those things, whether it be just having deeper conversations or whether it be letting someone kind of ride on their own. Just having a better connection with people and understanding where their where their motivations are for moving forward. Like Pat said, there are people that aren't really interested in moving forward in a corporate position or anything like that. And their motivation is really just show up, get the work done, check, and I'm happy. And that's cool. And that's the world needs those people. And understanding that those people are not the people that you want to press hard to move up and to go into a different direction, or to motivate them to do bigger and better things, is important. Because you can make sure that those people are happy and solidified in their roles in a different way than the person that really, like, you kind of need to kick in the butt and say, hey, I know you're gunning for this next position. I know that you're ready, but you need to learn how to do these sorts of things. And, like, having that understanding and connection on with people is, like, massively important to me, and something that I
I
didn't
think
really
I think
realize.
that's your greatest gift right there. Truthfully,
Yeah.
go ahead, Dave. Yeah, that's your greatest gift. Yeah.
Yeah, that can go a really far way. Just having a conversation, diving deeper into the relationship, asking better questions,
Hmm.
that goes around in a very far way. Um, my second question is, what's one message you want to leave here today, for our listeners about mental health or someone that may be going through a hard time right now? Um, what would you say to them?
Yeah. Um, Surround yourself with the people that you love and that you care about and that are good for you. Because I think those things can be incorrect sometimes. You could surround yourself with people that are actually really bad for you, even the people that are directly in your lives. And having the people that you could bounce to and say, I'm going through some stuff and I need your help, or I need to go out and hit golf balls, or um I need to just vent for 15 minutes or go on a bike ride or tell me to go work out or like do something. Those people in your life are the people that may not know it, but they mean more than anything, because they are saving you in putting you into a space where you can succeed moving forward. And I'm grateful that like my friend group is like people that I've known since third grade. Like it's just all these people that I trust with my lives. They're family more than friends at this point, and I know I could go to them and say, I'm in a rut. I need help, and it's not something that is very easy to do, but you have to do it sometimes, and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for coming on here. Just knowing you in this conversation, I know you have some really good leadership skills, talking to people, building relationships. Just the person you are today. Thanks for coming on and sharing your story. P, what you got?
Yeah, AG, I think this is fantastic, man. I do this with our media team with Me Too We as well. Shout out my guy Ryan G. I try to do this. I try to make him talk. I try to hear his story because you're too busy sometimes, Aaron, sharing other people's stories to share your own. And I think your story is beautiful. That's why I wanted you on, man. So I hope you've gotten to say everything you wanted to say today. Is there anything that we missed? Anything else you want to shout out? Go ahead, dude.
No, I'm usually a listen first, talk
Yes,
later
and I
type of
love that
person.
about you. And I love that about you.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so for me to come on and talk about this, like the topic is something that I'm very passionate about. Mental health is something that I feel like everyone um needs to spend more time on, and when you embrace it, it really goes far for you. And I'm grateful that I work in a company that not only recognizes that but also preaches it with essentials and the mental performance training for athletes that we're providing. It's such a beautiful opportunity and experience, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm being able to utilize that for my kid too. And so yeah, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll have him on, man. It could be a cool story. I don't think we've ever had a dad and son on, but hey, who
Oh, yeah.
knows? It
Yeah.
could be the first, man. Well, hey, AG, this is fantastic, man. I would love to not only continue the dialogue, but I want people to run this one back, especially the dads out there that sometimes when shit is hitting the fan, you're going to get through it. And maybe one day you'll end up at Disney with your son enjoying it and having a wave and having a vibe out there for sure. But I love it, guys. Well, we will wrap up today. Aaron, I will let you jump out before this ad read. I appreciate you, brother. You have a great rest of your Sunday and bless you. Okay, brother?
Bye. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir, AG. Peace. All right, I'm gonna hit this ad read before I forget. Shout out to Me Too We. We're just out at Conant High School and Rockford Lutheran this past Friday and Saturday. Awesome to see the workshop starting to kick off this spring season. Second and last but not least, look out for that wiffle ball tournament in the Roscoe Rockton area, August 8th. We've had 22 teams sign up already, which means we need 28 more to hit that mark of 50. D Mitch, I'm excited to have you out. I'm excited to see you. We're about 3 months out, and I love you, brother, and I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. All right.
Love you too, man.
All right, brother. Keep going. We'll talk.